Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our One Piece journey with Volume 31. We are almost at the end of Skypiea, just, I think about half a volume or so's left after this one. This goes from chapter 286 to 295, so this is like the start of the Shandora flashback with Kalgara and Noland. Does all of that and goes all the way up to when Eneru finds the bell and starts blowing the shit out of Skypiea. So, was not expecting most of this volume to be flashback. Like, it's like, how many chapters out of... Yeah, it's like 7 out of 10 chapters in this were the Noland flashback. Which for the most part I thought was good. And I want to preface that before I say it because there are a few elements in this that I find a little troublesome. Now, again, I think the arc was good overall, had some great characterization, overall solid flow to the story, loved how the characters interacted with each other. Just again, generally solid pacing and such, and paneling and all that. But we gotta talk about how we portray indigenous cultures. Like, and again, I'm speaking of this from someone who is not part of those cultures, but if every, like, this is not a very flattering portrayal of a native culture. Like, they're still in, like, voodoo spirit human sacrifice territory with this. Obviously that happened with some civilizations, but supposedly we're already at the point where other civilizations have developed, like, massive sea trading expeditions in the Grand Line. So this is well into human history. So, and by that point in our human history, human sacrifice was pretty much non-existent. But it seemed like totally normal in this one. So it could have been a bit of a better portrayal, because what ends up happening is then the colonialist culture ends up coming in, and basically the scenario is, oh, you natives are being so savage, let me teach you the civilized way of doing things. Which again was in the context of the story, it makes sense because human sacrifice is bad, but in the context of the wider global culture that this is drawing from, it's a very misleading portrayal of native cultures and how these cultures interacted with each other and such. So, was not a fan of that. The savage native trope. So, that was not very good. Other than that, pretty solid stuff. Really dug the chemistry between Noland and Kalgara as the story went along. The misunderstanding of culture, near the end, I thought was also pretty good. That, but then again, it also turned out to be, the colonists were trying to protect you the whole time and such. And again, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, that hasn't happened in real life, but it just feels oddly familiar to the tales that I, as an American, consumed when I was younger, that turned out to be blatant falsehoods that were used to perpetuate colonialism. So, yeah, again, it could have been better. It could have been better. And which is weird because, like, the rest of the story was how it approached colonialism was pretty on point. So this was a surprising misstep for Oda, but it was one misstep. So I'm not super bent out of shape about it, but we do gotta talk about it if we want these kinds of stories to get better. So yeah, that was pretty much the majority of this volume. I like the thing with the snake, the snake Kami, or whatever. And I also liked the end when Kalgara gets blasted into the sky, and the bad colonialists immediately see new land. That's ours now. Get the fuck out. So, which is very much more accurate to real life. But yeah. So flashback, mostly good, but with some dated interpretations of indigenous cultures. So, also really cool character designs too. Just real solid looking dudes. Not a whole lot else outside of that. Again, I really liked the relationship between Noland and Kalgara. And I liked that we finally saw the real version of Noland's execution, and how he was basically just hung up on whether Kalgara was still okay or not, as he himself was being executed. So you really see like the depth of the friendship that they forged through that. But so then after that, Anaru just decides to blow up everything with his Kingdom Come attack, which is fucking insane blammo explosion and such. Really doesn't leave a whole lot left. So absolutely devastating power. And then again towards the end he makes an even bigger one. So that's gonna... Man, that's a no bueno. That's not good for the Sky Kingdom. But Luffy's racing. I like that the turn of motivation here. It's not that Luffy wants to beat up Anaru. He doesn't really give a shit about that at this point. What he wants to do is let Nolan's descendants know that he was right the whole time, and the way he's going to do that is by ringing the bell so that Cricket down on Jaya Island can hear it. So that was a nice little turn of motivation there. I think there was something else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think that's really all I have for this one. Again, good artwork as always. Really, I like this. I really like the dynamic between Luffy and Nami at this point. It's just where Nami's like, "This is fucking insane. What are you doing?" And then Luffy goes, "I'm gonna do the thing." And eventually Nami's like, "Fine, just don't let me die along the way while you're doing the thing." So, and like she's got his back, even though she doesn't want to do this and thinks it's fucking crazy. So I like that friendship dynamic that's building up there. We'll see how Sky Island concludes in the next one. We're nearing the end of Skypiea. Again, we've got less than a volume left of it. And then after that, we'll be moving into Water 7. No idea what that's about, but I know that Eni's Lobby is in it. So, and I know that one's a really popular arc. But we'll get to that when we get to it. In any case, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you feel so inclined. Very curious what everyone else thinks about my thoughts on the flashback in this, because I imagine my opinion is going to be going to be more of an unpopular one, but I want to hear the dialogue about this. Just want to hear what you guys have to say. So that's it for now. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.